to switch to Shiny Living Dex Challenge. Today we are going to look to finish off our run in this game. Right, we just got our 7th badge. We've got to go and beat Grusha. I feel like the team is pretty much fine for this. If we're honest, we've got fighting moves, and we've got a bit of everything. So what I'm going to do is actually, I've also got to beat Nemona, not Carmine. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to put this on the team for probably you, because you're the highest level, and we'll go and do this Nemona fight, Carmine fight. Oh, welcome in, Dragon. How are you today? I did see that you got yourself a nice little shiny Tyrogue a bit earlier. It's a nice one to isolate, I'll be honest. It's one of those that you can just run in and out when you're doing bits of the story. I did also mention that I might try a multi-stream. That didn't work. I had followed all the instructions, press start stream, and it wouldn't let me, start the stream. So there is that. Yeah, so that was a bit of a disaster. Shall we try a bit of the headphones today? Nah, we don't need them. I'm just making sure the sound is good. It was a bit loud yesterday. Yeah, so I got all of the stream element stuff, pressed, connected it all, then press start stream, and it says put in the titles and the categories. And I did it, and it just turned around and went, nope, it's not going to do it. It wouldn't let me pick a category in the YouTube selection. So yeah, we sort of abandoned that, so I had to quickly uninstall it all. Once it's done, it's yeah, it may be that I've never officially gone live on YouTube. That probably is why I've tried it once, but then I wasn't using the right equipment, so then I had to re-get the Twitch key. But it's fine. It's something. It was a bit of an experiment, really. I thought, I'm a little bit worried we couldn't handle it anyway. It would just be the same as what we've got here, just on my completely empty-ish YouTube channel anyway. But whatever. It's done. It's not working. Yeah, there was a tool that I had to do it, which I'd set up but never really set up, if that makes sense. I'll be honest, I did the very basics. But that was about it, really. I didn't really invest too much into it. Bit of my fault, probably. That did a lot more than I thought it would, not gonna lie. At least we'll be fast on everything, right? Because we'll survive another crunch. But I was watching all the tutorials about it, and Stream Elements have built something in to do this. So I decided to have a go at it to see what would happen. And yeah, it just didn't work. It's difficult to do because I don't like setting up test streams, because Twitch is perfect for what we're doing. I don't need to change too much. So there is that. It would be a bit of a but yeah, one day I'll look into it a bit more. I did. The thing is, I do know YouTube is a lot harder to keep up with because it has a much more sporadic audience, because people come and go. Twitch is more, you find people that want to get involved a bit more. YouTube can be a younger audience that will just do and say random things, if we're honest. So yeah, it's not a problem. I wasn't considering even looking at the likes of TikTok or YouTube Shorts, because I think Pokemon's very difficult to play on a vertical one. Yeah, YouTube's good for if I did proper videos and stuff, but I know I'm a long way away from that. I'll do monthly recaps. I've sort of, I've made the clips that I can just download and put together and do a bit of a roundup. So I'm not too worried at the end of the day. It's there, it's ready to use. I'm more interested in just getting to the stage where I can do more of the proper races and stuff. And I think that'll be where we're going to have the most fun. You can do the success and fails. Yeah, pretty much. The idea is to probably do a bit of a monthly roundup. So we can go in. We started this challenge in June where we had to start the games, blah blah blah. So we started Violet, Sword, Legends Arceus, and even a bit of Let's Go. And in that game, when we were playing along with the story, we found our first shinies. We have Bhutan, our Cricketot. We have China, our Chingling. And like, that'll kind of be what it is. And then we'll have like the running number, because you've seen in Discord I've made a thread so that I can see how many we have, basically. Again, I want to try and do the photos where we catch stuff, because I think that would be quite fun. Especially in the base game. This sort of game, and Sword and Shield maybe. It's a bit more difficult in Sword and Shield, because I have to do camping, if I want to do in-game photos rather than anything else. But again, it's part of developing the story. Like in Legends Arceus, it might be quite fun to do those photo shoots. But again, we're working on it. We've got different ideas, and at the end of the day, that is the goal. I just want to kind of unleash the races onto the community. I think we can have a lot of fun once we can do that, and I know everybody. There are some people waiting for me to get the shiny charm. There are others waiting for me to unlock the areas, which is my personal one I would like to wait for. I'm not worried about the shiny charm. Like, if I get the shiny charm, I could get it done quicker, sure. But at the end of the day, this isn't about getting it done quickly. It's about making sure it's fun. And because I'm doing it all online, I've got that little bit of a problem where I can't really just do the storyline. Now, I do think I've got the picture a little bit clearer today for this game. I know I've mentioned there was a problem or two, but my computer only goes up to about 1080. So it can't do like the proper 4K stuff. So I'm always going to be a little bit less graphically amazed in the game. But that's just what it's going to be like. One day maybe I can buy a proper monitor. It's only going to be this game that's going to be truly affected by it as well. When it comes to the rest of what we have, like Legends Arceus, Sword and Shield, Let's Go, they're not going to be any better visually with how we play them. Like, everything you need is there. This game is different. Like, playing it on a television is just out of this world, really. Compared to what you see here, and even on the stream it's still not as beautifully smoothly clear, but that's fine. I can't do anything about it. I'm not going to do anything. I'm not going to sit here and be worried anymore. That's pretty much it. So that's pretty much all we're going to have to deal with. But I would love to get into some more of the, maybe go and do a couple of outbreaks as well today. Because if we get a couple of outbreaks done, then we can start looking into a few other things for the storyline, if I'm honest. Like, we know we're going to go around and start collecting everything. And by doing that, we're going to make lots and lots of money. Because money is important. I feel like I should offer to do a union circle with you, so you could have double the stuff to go for, but the problem is it's also going to help me, which feels a bit cheeky. And I can't really do too much because the levels are going to be a bit frustrating for catching stuff, to be honest. And I don't think I've unlocked the barbecue stuff yet, because I have to catch an Alolan Pokemon, don't I, to show off. I do have a Raichu maybe in this one. I might have put an Alolan Raichu in the giveaway box. But that's the only thing I still need to do to unlock the barbecues, I think. I mainly just don't want to go there and see a shiny that's a very high level that I can't catch. I think that's the main reason why I've been there. Yeah, it's one of them. We could do research. That's the thing. Because when I first went there, I just explored and explored and explored. I didn't really, and then I did that. I had actually caught something Alolan. Because I had caught something Alolan, it sort of was ready to do. But I think I can technically start the next chapter of Blueberry now. I think it's when you finish Kitakami you can do it. But I'm not, again, rushing to do it. The other thing I've got to be careful is I should probably spend a bit of time in Kitakami doing the catching, because they will jump up to crazy levels. So maybe we try and fill out the Kitakami decks. But what we said we'll do is, or at least get the first Evos of everything we can. The only one I know I can't get is Cramorant, and I think it's Gligar. I think they're the two. Right, I did want to change the outfit again, to be honest. What is the autumn outfit? What is the winter outfit? What is the tracksuit? Okay, that'll do. Crew socks. We were going to change like the full outfit as much as we could. Not gonna lie. Right, I bought the hat, didn't I think? I do like my character having like extra stuff. Let's be honest. Right, so we can get rid of Ogerpon now. We don't need it. We're not going to use Ogerpon. We can put Ogerpon into the living dex. Where does it go? That is Blueberry. So we're just going to stick it about here. It's probably not right. I'll be honest. We have the Ditto. What do we have? We do have a Muck as well, because we got a spare Muck when we were doing the Dark Pokemon. Well, that's quite a nice selection, I think. I probably should swap out one of these two, though. I'm trying to make sure we don't have crossover ones, pretty much. So, yeah. Right. We'll go in Hill. I want to go and get, like, the bucket hat. I think there's, like, a nice bucket hat that I like my character to wear. And some glasses. So I think I need to go to the Water Gym Town. But let's just finish off this story. I said about 5 things we're doing, and all of them are different, so it's quite fun. But what I might do is, if you're on Scarlet and are not doing Blueberry, and not right now because it's going to be a bit later, is try to set up a union circle where I can go and get the version exclusives, but I need to double check what they are. But I'm not going to rush into it, so don't worry. What shoes shall we have? We should get some better shoes. So I have a habit that I like to wear like navy shoes. I don't really like sandals. I hate sandals. I hate flip-flops even more. I hate sandals, I've just said that. Dress shoes? No, we're not wearing proper shoes, and we're not an engineer. So we're going to go with purple. Purple's become like our colour, so we're going to get some shoes. We'll pay with LP, why not? Yes, that is it today. Now it's more when I want to get round to that. It's more when I've actually unlocked everything. Like I'm at the highest level, I can just quick ball everything. That's kind of what I want to do, because if when we do it, I want to be able to go and get the fossils and the Vulpix as well. So that's why I don't want to do it yet. So I could get it all done in one go. So it would also be Cramorant, and that's socks. That's bags. Do I want a bag? Is that bags? What's in here? Oh, it's not actually a real shop, that one. Well, this one. This is... Okay, rough and tough. What's this then? Crew... Okay, this has habits. Right. Fedora. Where is the one I like? No, we don't want that. We 100% don't want that. I do like... There's a bucket hat that I really like, but I can't remember where I got it from. Bags. They're a bit boring. Gloves. Driving, fingerless. Shoes. We've already looked at shoes, haven't we? We didn't really like those. Socks. I'm not going to buy socks. I need to go and find the right hat shop, which will probably be on the other side of this area. That's a restaurant, isn't it? Right. Because when it comes to the pure shiny hunting aspect of it, I can do it all. What is this? Picnic? What? Oh, tablecloths. You can get cups with the Pokemon on it. When it comes to the shiny hunting, I will struggle with the Rampardos because it's difficult to do all of that really, because the reality is I would need somebody willing to pretty much just open the game and stand there while I hunted. And it would be unfair if we got the shiny. We don't want heart-shaped glasses. What else do we have? But then the other side of it is we can sort of all work together and get everything. Do we get some really boring ones? I wish they could come in like a black. That would be nicer. But we're going to go with these. Why not? We want something different. I do still want a hat though. Where is the hat shop? I know there's a hat shop here. Okay, it's not a bag shop. Is it only bags? What do we get? Well, this is where I got the one I actually like. I think I've got, in my main save, I think I got this, is it this one? I feel like it's near here. Yes, definitely one of these. Terra, spicy, mimic cry, brown, beige, grey, pink, purple. Maybe it wasn't one of these then. Black, no, it was like a neon-y one I got. You know what? Let's get this one. It is great that we're spending more time getting clothes than actually playing the game. Okay. Right, let's carry on. Is there a hat shop there, please? Is that a hat shop? That looks like a hat shop. There we go. This is what we were looking for. Right, beanie? No, we don't want a beanie. A square hat. Doesn't really fit this character, does it? Let's see, what else do we have? Bucket hat. Here we are. Where is it? Galaxy. Galaxy. That's the one I like, I think. Yeah. Ear flaps? No. We're going to get this hat. This is the one I like. This is the one I've got on my main save. So that's us done. Now we'll go and fight Grusha. Like, we'll stop being distracted. We'll go and fight Grusha. Because I think this will be pretty easy with the about level 50-ish team we've got. We've got fighting moves and stuff. So yeah. It is strange that fast travel puts you on like the bad side, but whatever. Now, we didn't get anything shiny from the DAs yesterday, which was a bit sad, but I don't even think we ever had a full team, which was even stranger. But whatever, we're just going to carry on. We've done our fashion stuff now, so we can take good photos with our shinies when we get them. Let's go. For science, shall we just not control the Miraidon and see if we can pass the gym test? I probably should get a haircut as well, actually. Oh yeah, there is some event going on in the PCG game, isn't there? I forget what it is, but I know there is one. Everybody was talking about it in... I think I was in Solar's stream when they were talking about it. Or he was mentioning what's going on. Because I don't really keep up with it. I'm a bit lazy that way. Let's be honest. I tried, but yeah. So how are you planning to try and do some of your fire red, leaf green today, Dragon, or not? Actually, this is the first time I'll be doing this where it might actually be not glitchy. Go, go, go. You caught the timber. Timber. Da, 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 da. Who says I'm not the Mario Kart expert? Oh, go through them all. That's how you do this, right? I don't know why they're blue and red. I'm guessing that just symbolises scarlet and violet. Do I only get points for going through the blue ones? Is that how it works? Meow. It would be interesting if you actually got a reward for doing this quickly, rather than it just be pretty much doable with your eyes shut. Not to have enough time whilst everyone's out. I think I might try Thursday. Fair enough. Thursday I will be at the cinema, so I won't be able to come and support that journey properly. I'm going to go and see 28 Years Later, because I do love the first two movies, and I've been waiting for it for so long. I even wrote almost fan fiction concepts for different spin-offs for the 28 Days Later series. One included 28 Minutes Later, so you sort of follow the rest of that science resort, whatever it's called, facility. So that was going to be one of the plans. One of them was 28 hours later, so following like a quarantine being thrown up around like a small village where the facility was. And then it was just like the generic ones of different countries dealing with it. But I wrote like such a big long article about it. It was a bit much, but it just shows how obsessed I am with the franchise. It will be at night, so if you're not there, you're not. But if you are, that is good. Fair enough. I will try. I know Thursday is when I want to try and take part in Solar's Booster Thursday this week, where he does he opens 2 booster packs, and you kind of go and do a shiny hunt for a couple of hours in any game, and you get points for any shiny, but the 6 nominated ones, I believe, get more points. So it's a bit of like a weekly sort of challenge he does. I watched it the other week, took part in the Saturday one, and it'd be quite nice to go and be part of it this week. But I'm not sure how long the event is. Like, is it? I'd never checked whether it's like 2 or 3 hours or something like that. Where I will be using old saves, so it won't change any of this. But that's something I would like to go and have a look at. But I guess it all goes back to what we were saying the other day, is it's very difficult when you start following a lot of streamers, because one day they suddenly are all on at once and you're sort of stuck trying to keep up with finding enough time to go and see every single one. I should have given this a better fire move, I think. But it'll be fine for this. Just wanted to get rid of that before Tailwind, basically. You'll probably use Bear Tick, yes. That is something I'm noticing is where the picture quality is nicer, especially here with the white snowy background, the white text is actually quite hard to see. I don't know if that's just me or whether you're noticing it as well, because there's like a faint background to it, but it just doesn't really work too well here. I knew that was going to hurt. As long as I can beat like 2 of these things, I'll be relatively happy. Fair enough. We can't beat 2 of these things. I forgot she has Aqua Jet. What do you have? You have that. So if I use this, it will want to use an ice move. You know what? We're going to just use this. We're going to go low kick, and then we'll do an Aqua Step to build up some pace if it doesn't kill. Okay, it did kill. That's good. But like, for example, like yesterday I was trying to watch Boy from Belgium Shaman Hunt. Then I was also trying to watch Julia do Radar and DAs. And then Solar was doing a Shiny Hunt challenge, which is what I like doing, the Shiny Hunt challenges. And suddenly there's just not enough time to watch everyone. And it feels like you're only half invested. And it makes you feel like you're not putting as much time as you suggest you want to put into their streams, which I feel can be it feels a bit more frustrating. It's almost like we need to give ourselves 3-hour windows or something silly like that. I know you can't, but you know what I mean. It's a weird feeling, really. Right. So this now means I can go and enter the Elite Four. I don't really trust this team for most of the rest of the game. Because it's the Fairy Gym, which is going to be pretty hard with this team. Then it'll be the Fighting Star, or the Fairy Star, that star. We haven't done any of the stars yet, have we? Actually, we've got to go and speedrun the first 3. They won't take long. The rest will, but the first 2 won't. The first 3 won't, like Fire, Dark and Poison. The Fairy and Fighting will be difficult with this current team. And we also got to beat the Dondosa, but that would be relatively easy with this team. We may go do that next. Then we would have finished 2/3 of the story. Welcome in, Mr. Belgium. How are you doing? We've now got all 8 badges. So there's that. No shinies yet, but we also beat Carmine with the Ogerpon battle that you've got to do. Yeah. How did the rest of the shamans go? I looked 1 minute and you were there, and next minute you had gone. I know it was getting a bit deep with Prophet. With the conversations on mental health and stuff with Corey as well. It was getting a little bit deep, that conversation between the 3 of you. 5250. Okay. And is it a double session today or just 1? Yeah, we do need to give Cerulege some better moves. I think that's kind of important. But today's plan will be to do cleanup work, do all of the Team Star stuff, finish off all of the badges, and then go and have a blitz quickballing everything in Kitakami. Okay, fair enough. Did you explore what could have been causing your follower catch-up problem? Like, from what I can tell you is, you can see in my bottom corner, you've got the follower goal, right? So that number is wrong. Like, my follower number apparently is 197, so we've nearly made 200. But the problem is, every time somebody deletes or has their account deleted, it's not registering it. that makes sense. So it's not deducting any ever, it's just constantly adding, and it's a bit annoying that it's not really working. But as I said, my goal for June was to hit 200, and it'll be very disappointing if we don't hit 200 followers today. I think we're just going into the Adlands, so right, so we could go and do the Dondoza, or we go and speedrun the Team Star first. Yeah, we'll go here. It only tracks the actual likes. Okay. Well, let's see. We will heal. I think. Did they heal? No, they didn't heal. Right, this is the Dark Gym, so we should put a better team, but it's an easy fight because they're only going to be about level 20. What should we use? We've got Breloom. Let's try and make Breloom like us a bit more. I think that'll be the smart play, because Breloom is important for the longer run in this game. Can take you, and that'll do. We'll take Golduck as well. We need Golduck to do some work. Yeah. Mankey is going to be an absolute nightmare to shiny hunt. I tried it the other day, and I couldn't tell you what one looked like. Yeah, so we'll just let the Adlands finish, and then we'll get back to this discussion. I don't know who is and isn't in ads, but let's wait for everyone to be back. So you're both right in what you're saying. So the Twitch goals are correct on my end. Now I've no issues with that. My overlay is done through the Stream Elements browser, and you can't actually edit that follower number either. And so it should be tracking to my Twitch account, which it does. So if somebody follows, it will go up 1. But if somebody unfollows or their account gets deleted, it won't go down by 1. Unlike the follower goal will. That makes sense? And it does track it because it goes up. That's the thing. Which is the confusing thing. There's not even like a reset button to push it back to the correct number. Which is, hey, it's there. It's just going to sit there anyway. We'll probably get rid of it in the future anyway. It's not something overly essential. It just fits perfectly in the squares I've designed. If I change the social bit, then it becomes a big gap there, and I've got to try and get rid of that tiny gap anyway. So that's kind of why I haven't really done much with it. So it's not a bad thing at all. I'm not complaining about it. I'm just mentioning that I wish it could keep up. But I don't really want to put too many bells and whistles around the stream at the moment. I've already been cutting down the redemption stuff. I've got rid of a lot of the blurps. Like the Future Armor one's gone, I think. I keep forgetting what ones I got rid of. But I had a lot of just random music, and I've just decided to get rid of them all. Just because they weren't really doing much. They weren't getting used. So it wasn't really worth it having them there. Thank you for the lurk, Mr. Belgium. Good luck with that shaman on platinum. So yeah, we're just gonna can we hurry up with this story? So much for skipping the story beats. Oh, nice. Once you get it to must, have you unlocked the new additions to catch yet? I won't say what they are, just in case you haven't done or want to be surprised. Or have you only started filling up that surprises? Like the Pokeball Lottery, everybody's favourite addition to the game. Okay. I think of my personal preferences, it's the unlocking the extra Pokemon and the Pokeball lottery are what I personally consider the only really important things. A lot of the rest is cosmetic stuff. Like, I know in my main one I've done the full decorating, but I had lots of money. I have too many. When it first came out, I was doing a lot of barbecue sessions with people, and again, when you've got 4 people, you will fly through it and you won't even notice it. It's crazy how quick everything is. Yeah, and that's the thing, you're only getting when you're doing a single player, you only have 3. When you've got the 4, you'll have 12 minimum, and then you get the bonus ones for doing every 10 for somebody, and then you get the gold ones like ditto hunting and stuff. It's very difficult on your own. I will say that it is a hell of a grind, which is why I said I could put it up, but I think I still need to. I think it's a bit of the point, yeah. You need points and to use it a certain amount of times to get the final level unlocked. But I can't fully remember because, again, I pretty much just speed ran to unlock everything so I could go and catch everything. It was one of those where it was new, nobody had told me everything, I just wanted to get on with it. It's one of those things with the games, like, a bit like when you first went around it, you probably just wanted to explore, you didn't want someone to tell you everything, you just wanted to get on and enjoy the game. Couple of hundred, it feels like that's a bit too many, if I'm honest. I thought it was something silly like, oh no, it might be, do the 10 times, and I think you have to get 100 items maybe. It might have been that. But I don't think it's like over 100 individual button presses on it. But I think I could agree that maybe there's 100 items. And if you're doing it by 10 times, you'll just get, that's 10 jobs, isn't it, really? So, yeah, so it sort of works. If that's, yeah. But when you do a lot of this Let's Go battling, you'll start flying through them, really, won't you? You'll see it yourself, you won't really notice it. That's probably not the best match, but we're so high a level, I don't think it really matters. We definitely wouldn't be naturally doing this at this stage. So about 20 lots of 10, yeah, that could be about right. Again, I can't remember. There's probably a simple guide online. But there may also be something like you've had to have completed the game. Could be another thing. But again, I'm not sure. I kind of don't think you need to have completed it, if I'm honest. The other thing you probably should look into if you haven't got it is there's like a secret sort of sidey quest type thing in the middle area to get the Synco machine. If you haven't got that, that's good to get because we might be doing like the hide and seek sessions. And so basically you become the Pokemon. And the idea will be you will pick a shiny Pokemon and go and hide in the world for someone to go and find. It is a lot of fun. And we're already planning on doing it in, I believe Robin wants to do it in his 12-hour stream in a couple of weeks. So that's something to double check you've got ready to use. But otherwise, I think you've got everything you need for this stage of the game. You'll be pretty fine. I should also make sure I've got some better moves for the next one, because it is the fire one, and the reason it's not great with what I've got is nobody has a ground or rock move, and Torkoal puts up the rain. No, puts up the drought, so I need to get the rain up somewhere. I know I could obviously just rain dance with somebody. That would be the obvious choice. Welcome back, boy from Belgium. Let's test your memory. How quickly or how many jobs do you need to do to unlock the Master Ball level in the Pokeball machine in Blueberry? Do you happen to know offhand? Great news. I've received my corpse sentence. You've got your money back. You're going to get your money back. You haven't got it back, I'm guessing. That's how I would. Again, I'm not completely sure how courts work, but basically they found that you should be receiving it. It's now getting it that's going to be the next problem. Is that how it is? So you may be getting a Switch 2 in a couple of weeks. Is that what you're also saying? So Boy from Belgium will be playing Mario Kart World with me, ironically, and Corey. I think Corey's got it, hasn't he? And hopefully more. So that could be fun. So yeah, we'll get it there. We're doing it. We're going to win. Let's be honest. Right, so this storyline is easy. Done. That was always going to be the easy battle. Like, it's weird that this grass type Breloom is probably the worst Pokemon for most of this whole Team Star storyline. It's weak to everything. It is actually rubbish, but it's my shiny catching mon, so I want it to like me, so it can heal paralyze the heal status conditions quicker, dodge, do all that shenanigans. 445 points. So that's going to be the grind, isn't it? But as I say, when we get there, we're going to open up the barbecues and hopefully get 4 people in, so we can all sort of just get a big total going. And you, as I say, you'll barely realise how many points you're getting because it is so hard to keep on top of. And they just fly through. As soon as I look at it, I go, I'm going to go do that, and then bing, 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 it's gone. But nearly everything is just rotates through. Like sometimes you'll get everybody needs to do a TM, and you're like, well, I'll go make a TM. That's 4 quests done in like 2 minutes, in 30 seconds. Right, so we haven't done the TM stuff, so yeah, let's just carry on. We know where we're going. Now we have to see Penny again. I'm sure Penny isn't going to be a mastermind behind all this. Never, ever, ever. But we'll see. It could be the twist in the story we're waiting for. Let's see. Right. Fire. Where is the fire one? What have we got actually? We have Fletchling. That's probably something boring like a Weasel. Haven't caught anything in there. We may do the outbreaks, you know, just because there's a better shiny. Oh no, this still has the Porygons on it. I forgot I haven't deleted the Porygons yet. I've been a bit lazy. Okay, that seems like it's worked quite nicely. Yeah, I will. I'll worry about it when we... I don't know if the Porygon event had finished. That was more... Well, I'll double check him. So that'll be interesting if she doesn't pay a large amount quickly, is what you're saying. Actually, Golduck might be best at the top. We've said Breloom's a bit rubbish for this battle. But I think you can learn Rain Dance. Can't you? No, you can't. Can you learn? No, not you. You learn Rain Dance? You can learn it, but you don't have it. We're gonna... No, we'll worry. We're fine with this team. Right, where we go? I wasn't sure when you said about the repayments whether they might have said you have to repay X amount each month for the next couple of months instead of a lump sum, which is probably what they would do in the UK, because they would look at it as if they don't have the money in the bank account, they can't force them to pay it all in one go. I think that's kind of what how it's treated in over here or other places. If you owe money, you pay back it over time, but there may not be as much interest after an agreed amount of time. Yeah, and that's the problem. That is she, I'm not going to say she would win or would do it, but is she allowed to appeal the decision before any sort of it starts, or delay interest in that sort of thing? Or is it that's the end of the case, there's nothing that she can do to change the outcome? That's not me saying she's wrong and the right. I'm just saying, I'm asking that question, if you get what I mean. Because I know how courts work. Everyone loses. They go, well, I'm going to appeal. But at least that pays, if you get the interest, that pays for your family pass for a month. It just seems very difficult, I want to say is probably the best word for it, to say it has to be all done in 1 month. She has to do it, and if she doesn't get the money, a person will come and... Okay. But again, it also depends what the total is. I know you said it's like a month's wages, but that could be anything. Or something similar to that. But I guess it depends how they look at the case. Like, there's also the case of where she could have been saying that she was wrong, but they would like 3-month delay or pay it over 3 months and no interest. But again, it's all like courty talk, which I'm not good with. Ever since doing jury duty at 18. That's yeah. The worst thing about it is I can now get called up again, because I think it's every 10 years you can actually say no if you've been called up before. It's a bit annoying, but I had to do it when I was 18. I've said the story before, is I got it, then at the time I was working Wednesday to Sundays, and I told my employment that I was going to be doing jury. I'd been called up for jury duty, and I can't say no, which you can't. And they said, "Oh, we'll just pay you Wednesday, Thursday, Fridays, but you've got to come in Saturday and Sunday." And the problem with jury duty is you can just sit there for days on end, but then you can also be sent home. And because I wasn't really sure what was going on, I had got sent home on the Wednesday because I wasn't needed. Or they said, we don't need you Wednesday and Thursday, or something silly like that. So they said, you've got to come to work. And that wasn't really how it's meant to work. You're meant to, your company's meant to actually give you the time off, because it's like you're expected, otherwise they'll be expecting you to work 14 days straight. And if you get put on quite a traumatic case, mine was pathetic, it was name calling crap, but if you were put on a traumatic case and they turn around and say, you're at court, like, 9 till 5, talking about a horrible, horrible crime, or listening about it, and then they're like, oh yeah, by the way, you've got to come to work for 2 days, you don't get a time to break, and that is where they were wrong. So yeah, but it's very boring. There's 2 ways of looking at it. If you are in a certain employment, you start getting compensation. So if you get a really disturbing long case, you get paid quite a lot of money. Does that make sense? Like, they will have to compensate you, and like, it's difficult if you're an employee and you get put on a case that could take 6 months. That company misses out on somebody doing the work, so they've actually got to compensate the payments as well. It's a really weird system. But the longer the case, the more money you should get because you're losing an income. It's weird. Very weird. Well, good luck with your shaman hunting. Hopefully you can get it soon, and then you can get Celebi, and then you can start doing the other shinies that you want to get, the more normal ones. I know you mentioned you were doing the difficult ones first. But it's one of those things you kind of just don't want to be called up. Because at the end of the day, it messes up a lot of what you're doing. It's hard to get taken off the lists as well. I'm guessing it's a much quicker process, but on the virtual Game Boy, I'm guessing it is. Or is it a proper cartridge? Okay, Team Star Boss 2. Let's do this. Beat Mela, and then we can move on. Right. She's angry. She's fiery with her quick moves, as they would say. Right. This thing, as we say, has drought, which is annoying, because it makes my water moves not hit as hard, but it only has clear smog and a fire move. So, yeah. You know what, we're just going to use this, see if we can confuse it. Well, that still did a lot. Still did a lot more than I thought it would. Got it confused as well, so that's big. I expect the team star thing will be quite hard to beat. The cars usually are. That's why I don't really like doing these early, because they are hard to beat. Well, welcome back, Dragon. Oh, I should have used Aquatail. Okay, it was okay. I forgot that was Aquatail, not Aquajet. Yeah, so we want Golduck to like us a bit more too, because of what we're trying to achieve. And as we said, we should have probably put the Chingling on the team just for the giggles, but it's not very good, if we're honest. Let's see if we can weaken this. Right. Ba -ba -ba -ba. Yeah, when I did my Jory, I was on a case where we won't go into the full colourfulness of the language, but it involved somebody of another nationality complaining that an English person had called them something that. And then his mate said, well, he didn't actually say that. Who was also not English. And at the end of the day, we're like, the way I looked at it was like, you're grown adults, just stop calling each other names, grow up. And then the guy still went down because he had carrying drugs around with him. It was stupid. I think a lot of it was he was cheering because England won a cricket match or something. And you know, England fans, they're a bit loud, shall we say the least. And that's what it looked like. It was more loudness than anything else. But whatever. That was about 4 days that case went on for, it felt like. And then after that it was about the Tuesday or Wednesday when it finished, and they said, we won't need you anymore, you can go, you finished your 2 weeks. So then I had to go straight back to work. Which was a bit weird. I may have been just 2 days, maybe. It felt like 4 days, probably, because I think we were arguing in the jury room about it for ages as well. It got into a proper heated debate about, because he was claiming racial abuse, but there wasn't anything like racial languages, if that's going to be the best way. He was just calling him by their nationality. So he, instead, well, for simplest ways, we're just going to say he was calling him an English this or that, an English swear word, say. but he wasn't picking on the skin colour or anything. So it was one of those really awkward cases where it was playground behaviour pretty much. But it was the fact that his mate turned around and said, well, actually, he didn't say the nationality, he just called him a C word or something. And it's just like, you're just calling each other names. And I just sat there like the whole case trying not to laugh. Just how pathetic this was. Like, there's like proper crimes going on, and you could have just sat down and said, slapped them round the face and said, stop being children, grow up. But that's how I would have treated the case. Maybe that's why I'm not a lawyer. Probably. But that's the closest we've been to a courtroom, so that's good. We are behaved, as they say. Or we don't get caught, whichever you want to read. Well, between the lines. But yeah, as I said, that was 18, so that would have been a long time ago. So, as I say, I can get called up again, which is something that I really don't want to do. Yes, the courtroom isn't... The problem is the courtroom is 2 buses away, or it's not really a place you can drive to. Yeah, everybody is a bit petty with certain things. I would have agreed with the case if they had used skin colour with their insults or alleged insults, but just using like the nationality, it's just name calling. It's stupid, but it just felt like it was something that could have been dealt with without a jury. Considering what we've seen around and other things, let's say there's been a few other cases recently where there's been a lot of uproar with the outcome, because as they say in Law-Abiding Citizen, it's not what you know, it is what you can prove in court. I wouldn't say get over it, it's more, I know it's what we get told, I mean, and it was 15 to 20 years ago as well. I think the best way to handle it is not tell the guy to get over being called names, is to tell the guy, right, you can't go near this guy, that's the end of it, no need to do prison stuff, and like he'll get like a restraining order maybe, because he was in a hotel, living in a hotel. Fine, you can't live in that hotel anymore. That would have been, if I was hotel manager, I would have kicked him out. If that had happened, or my staff member had accused someone of doing that, I would have kicked them out my hotel. It's not my problem. I'm not going to have somebody who, in a building I own as a manager, having someone abusing my staff members. It's about persuading, or I think persuading could actually be the wrong word. It's about, that's why it's really hard to be a juror, because you're not meant to make an opinion on it. You're meant to judge on the fact, like if somebody showed you a painting, say for example, and they said it was red and the colour was yellow, that's kind of, you're being told facts, and you've then got to put facts to what you've been told. Like, you cannot have an opinion on what is being said. So that's the very difficult side of it. Hello Cheerio, how are you today? Have you recovered from the Jackbox night? Last night. I know it was a bit crazy after a while. Nice. Are you all good today? Say his name and he appears. I believe in Joe Hendry. I believe you asked for the clap by the mic, you get the clap by the mic. And that kind of, so persuading bit, yeah, it is persuading, and it's a bit of giving someone facts, and it's very technical. It's a bit awkward to really get the right word out. I am good, thank you. How are you doing? And that's kind of why, while I'm not going to sit here and say any politician is good or bad, I know there's been a lot of hoo-ha about certain things that have happened in Middle England towns and cities, shall we say, and how the government haven't had an inquiry or opened up a trial or whatever the term is. And the fact is, they're not going to open up any charges until they can get a slam dunk. They're not going to throw out, go, we think that guy did something, or those guys did something. It's going to be, we've got proof they did it, then we'll give you a case. And that's the problem. It's having it so they can't throw something out at you, and it's a very horrible subject, law. That's good though, Shirio. Are you up to much today, or is it sort of a relaxing day today? Hello. It's like you're saluting me. It's good. Because I was once on, I was actually on a stag do with a young lawyer. I don't know how he was qualified to do the level he was, because I think he would have been in his early 20s. But anyway, there was an incident in Liverpool. We weren't in Liverpool. There was an incident in Liverpool where somebody tried to break into the hospital or something, or started attacking people at a hospital, and he got a phone call on the stag do to defend that person behind that attack, and he pretty much told them where to stick it. Or if he would be interested, because he was away anyway, so he didn't want to take the case. But and it just shows you, just like, there's already defence lawyers jumping at opportunities to make a name for themselves for something that's a slam dunk defeat. That's the type of lawyer I hate, and I mean slam dunk defeat, like the Southport stuff. That guy was never going to get found not guilty. Why try to defend him? I just don't get it. You don't deserve a defence for what you did. But that's why I don't like law. Good though. It is hard to keep up with the chat box at times, though, isn't it? Like, it's good to watch, but then you get the randoms in sometimes, don't we? But we have fun seeing how many different insults people can come up with. It's usually quite a lot. I'm lucky I get in the first couple of games, and then I usually miss out on most of the rest because I'm too slow putting the code in. We'll just stick with this. This will be fine. It's a normal type. But we shouldn't get too far into law, because law gets you in trouble. I am quite happy how quickly this has gone. I thought this would be a bit slower. I'm not gonna lie. I thought we were gonna struggle. That's the move we wanted. Bitter Blade. That's the one that heals us, isn't it? Yes. That's the one I thought we had already. So that's going to be good. For the fighting gym, I think. The fighting starbase, even. But it's still like registering the fire gym encounters I did. It's so far behind. But anyway, let's get on with this. Let's finish this up. Shakara. The next question is, should we try to do the Kitakami decks in order? That would be a challenge, wouldn't it? Because then we can just catch them and put them in. Let's do this. This, as we say, will be relatively quick, I think. I don't have the absolute best team for it, but I've got a team that can do the work. Between them, they'll survive. I know this is the worst one to do, because the Team Star specialist move pretty much always poisons you, and it's really annoying. But we will be fine. We just got to avoid a few of our weaknesses like that. So that'll do for that one. we will... Well, Among Us is not a good thing for me to face. What else have you got for me? That can do that. What have we got here? Graphite. We got some Ghastly. We got some more Graphite. What are we up to? Probably 16, 17. Okay. The Varoons. You'll be fine with that, won't you? Because they're steel type. You can handle that because they're ground type. Just odd mixture in that little bundle, wasn't it? Didn't really put a team together for that one, did they? What do we got? Let's see what that is. That is a Graphite again. That should be it, right? You'll beat these two and we're done. Fairly done. See? Not difficult. I have to say, the fairy one is difficult because there's a big level jump. And I think the Azumarill has huge power, so we could probably get away with a grass type. So we may have to... We could actually probably Terra the Masquerado, I guess. That could be an option for us. Okay, so there's no one online at the moment. That is fine. We have some more Adlands coming. Oh, there's a special Porygon in the chat if anybody wants to catch it. It is there. It's an event one, I believe. That is an event spawn. Again, I don't know what the rewards are. Oh, we've missed it anyway. That was clever. My alert to you was slow. Right, yeah, we just want to get faster, I think. This will probably use Sucker Punch or Toxic. I think we can one-shot it, yeah. I'm sorry, I didn't realise it was there for ages, to be honest. I'm trying to concentrate on what we're going to do next. So I think my plan, as I say, is get to the bit where we've done everything, and then we'll go and do the Kitakami Dex. Oh, I know that feeling. The amount of times I've tried to type and you hit the pause or mute button on the keybinds. Yeah, that's an annoying one. Right, Bavaru. This is probably fine to use low sweep on. Right. Survived. It survived. Excuse me. And now you're trying to slow me down, sir? What is wrong with you? You can't slow down this dancing queen that is Brazil. It's actually, yeah, named by a boy from Belgium because he wanted it to be called Brazil. Brazil! Hello Robin, welcome in. We are back to the proper game today. We're speedrunning through the Team Star stuff. Because, well, why not? Because it's boring. I don't like fighting these cars too much. They are, especially Nuzlocke, they're very frustrating to deal with. So we're not treating it as a Nuzlocke, so we don't care. But how are things? Especially, like, there are some that you can completely break. Like, this is one you can break with a bronze on. Because you'll have Levitate, your Steel type, and the first Pokemon only has Sucker Punch that can hit you. So when it's doing Sucker Punch, you can use like Iron Defense and other stuff to boost your stats up. And then once you can do a move of some sort, you can knock the stun tank out one shot, no problems. And then the Muck can't touch you because it's only got Poison and Ground. The Varoom is very rubbish too, because you would have built up your Psychic move, and then you Terra on this to get rid of your Steel type, because this will use Flame Charge on you. And the other little cheat, almost, if you want to call it, is like Ceruledge or Litwick will completely wall the Fire car if you get Flash Fire. Because the Fire car only has a Fire move and a normal type move. So if you've got a Fire Ghost, you're fine. It's the first one that's a bit more tricky, because you think it's a dark type gym, you'll take a fairy in, and the Pawnyard has Metal Claw, so it will actually do a lot of damage to you when you think it's pretty easy to beat. But when you come to the later ones, the fairy one's frustrating because the Azumarill messes with your stats a lot. But the fighting one's easy to set up on as well. Again, Bronzong breaks it. Set up against the Toxicroak, it's only got fighting moves which are pretty neutral if you go Iron Defense first, and Sucker Punch. So you get a big psychic move and you'll just knock the whole team out without much problem. It's even better if you can Terra as well into a psychic type after the Toxicroak. But I don't have that typing on my team. I've got a very weird team, to be honest. We have Breloom, Golduck, which is my shiny hunting team, Quaquaval and Masquerado, Cerulege and... what is the other Pokemon? It's that forgettable. It's just sort of sat there. Oh, I got Zoroark. I've never used one before, but I thought, why not? I thought it would be interesting to use. It turns out it's pretty useless with the illusion ability. Now that dark moves do more damage than you want them to. Right, finishing the stories is really taking a lot of time. Right, that has finished another chapter of the story. We've got 3 things left to do. Yeah, I'm not going to do any of the boss stuff, like the final boss stuff. That'll be next stream. We'll do all of that. I want to go and fill out the Kitakami Dex when the Pokemon are low level, because I'm lazy. So I need to go and get a load of quick balls and just start throwing them. But I want to finish these as well so we can jump straight into it next time. Because we could maybe do the Perrin quest today, actually. That's an option. I don't think, well, I'm not really going to stand much of a chance catching the Loyal Frigs. I believe they're level 70. Like, Ogerpon's done. The whole storyline in Kitakami is done. It's just, I'm pretty sure the Loyal Frig are level 70, because I tried doing it on a Nuzlocke. Yep, Ogerpon is done. I have my level 23 Ogerpon. Because you need to use it for the Carmine battle. Pretty much. Well, welcome back. Yeah, we've done that side of it. We wanted to get over leveled. It's somewhere in the box. I don't plan on using it. It's too low a level to worry about right now. Right, do I risk doing this fairy base now? I think we can. I haven't unlocked it typically. I didn't go all the way here because why not? So we'll go down there. Right, we got the Dondo's Tatsugiri to do and the 2 fairies, as we said. I don't as I have a very good team. Okay, nice. Right. What should we even use? This is actually a really, really bad team for this battle. Probably want to start with you. I don't... You might be okay, actually, because there's Tinks. And you're pretty neutral, aren't you? It's just that these all have weaknesses. Everything's weak to the fairy typing. I should maybe get something. Right, let's roll down the hill then. Shall we check the dealings? Make sure there's not a shiny one there. No, okay. Very hard to see on this snow-filled. You're not got a yellow. We're not going the right way, which is a good start. We need to go this way. Oh no, that's a dog. Geronimo! I forgot I can actually glide, can't I? It's climbing I can't do. You will notice it. It's a pretty... it's one you won't notice from a distance, but as soon as you're next to it, you will spot it straight away. But you've got to... now it's gone. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it wasn't. It's basically like a pinky coloured flower on its head instead of yellow. That is pretty much the only difference. But it's pretty easy to see, I think. It's just, you probably have to do like that scan of them all till they all turn around and look at you. That's pretty much the best way to do it. Well, it's only because I've had to hunt for it already before in the past. It's a distinctive colour change on the top of the flower. It's not like yellow to green, it's literally yellow to pink or white. It's a very distinctive change. That's why it's more just getting it to turn around. But again, when we do it on here, it's going to be a lot harder because of the fact that I don't have the actual best picture I can play on, sadly. But whatever. I didn't see the body change colour, but I knew the rest. So yeah, it's not too bad, but it's something you'll notice. But then I say that about a lot of the shinies. Can I see it? And then boom, there it is. It's very easy to see. Like Mankey's one I'm scared of. Well, I'll be honest. It does look pretty much identical from the pictures I've seen. Fair enough. Well, I didn't notice the body colour difference. I only noticed the other side of it. Okay, this is a lot higher level than I thought it was. Both of these have U-turn, so why not? Oof. Pause error mark. We only have this because we ran into it by accident as well. Which is kind of funny. Right, so it's going to probably do play rough again. So we'll go into this. The brown shiny and the normal pink ones look similar. I thought it was just the flower on the head will always be a slightly different colour. If I'm honest. But boom. If we didn't have to face a Azumarill, I would probably use this for the whole battle. I even caught one at the weekend as well, so I'm confident in knowing what it looks like, at least. Can we use the ghost move? But I think I've caught... actually, it might have been both in the savannah biome. I've caught them both, I think. Can't be sure. Well, I can look later. I know definitely the first one I caught was just outside the door. But let's go. Let's keep going. So, yeah, we could get 4 done then. Then we can go to the forest and see how that looks. We haven't done the forest yet in this save, I don't think. We haven't even touched the north, actually. Still don't think this is the best team for it, but it's pretty much all I've got prepared. Sadly. Right, what do we have? Mimikyu, you'll be okay against that. You'll be fine with that. We've pretty much put you in here because you're pretty neutral. Yeah, you were fine against the Mimikyus. Oh no, that's not okay. Seems to be okay. Thought that would be a bad match, but I guess it... Yeah, this is a good place for the Eevee hunts, or the evolution hunts. Espeon is pretty much up by that Sylveon, isn't it? I think. I can't remember if you were around when we actually got our Sylveon in an outbreak once. It was so long ago we did it. Okay, yeah. It was one of the last ones we did on one of our challenges. So you would have found us... no, I don't think you were here for the Sylveon. Where the coast is where the Espeon is, isn't it? Because when we did the Sylveon, it was up by the Psychic Gym. Because we were doing the Sandwich Challenge with the wheel and everything back then. And it was that was an outbreak, so we went for it. Which is kind of what we're going to be doing when we do the cards and stuff too. Or even just a casual shiny hunt. Now I think that would have been like early February. That's when that challenge finished. That was my January into February challenge. Because then we did BDSP and Snap for the rest of February. I think you probably arrived around the time we did the dark type only ones, I think. If I'm not mistaken. Because we were doing a few DAs, you were okay. So I thought you weren't in the first couple of the DA months, but because you weren't doing the first few, were you? Because you didn't have the DLC. But I think when we were doing them, it convinced you to jump in and join, get the DLC and play. That was probably around that time, if I'm not mistaken. Okay, I thought that would do a lot more damage than that. Doesn't matter too much, it can't do much to me. Yeah, it was something like that, wasn't it? Where... Let's just try this move then. Does this do more? Yes, it does. Because then you started joining in later into that month, because we were doing things like the Cresselia and Azel and stuff, because that's when you got yours, wasn't it, I believe? Around late April. Because that's when we were trying to do a big share of them all in the Discord, if I'm not mistaken. But I've got to remember not to use the fire move. Shiryu has been here for nearly 7 months now. No, just over 6 months. Yeah, that I remember, because I can't remember if we helped do the last couple, but I know there was some that you were struggling with, or it is naturally a struggle anyway, to complete that shiny deck or that Pokedex. See, Shiryu's been one of the OGs. See, what I could do is, does the fire move... The fire move doesn't hurt it, I don't think, so there's no point actually going for it. Oh, it's faster than me, and it knocks me out. Okay. I didn't think it'd be much help anyway. Right. So, the plan would be to do... maybe we could soak. I'm going to go to... yeah. I did a lot of pogo stuff and some raid manipulations to do it. I get that. to be honest, it is very, very frustrating. Like, that's how I got a Drampa, I believe. So, and that was when I just started doing this a little bit more seriously, shall we say. It's probably the best word to use. I was starting to put a lot more focus into the challenge being part of the stream. There we go, you missed this time, didn't you? Of course you did. Right, I'm going to try and soak this thing, because then I've got 2 grass types that I can bring out and see if this works, because I know some of these moves don't really work, but I don't think I'm going to be faster than it, so I'm not too worried. We're going to have a whittle down problem here. And they help me manipulate the shield. That's, I get it. Like, as I say, like, it's very, very frustrating when, especially now that the games are. I want to say the games are dead, but I mean, what I mean is they're not being used as much. I think it's probably the best way to word it, because this game is out, so people aren't going to be doing the general story that much. So that one shot, oof, we did survive. It doesn't affect it. What? You're lying to me. Right, we are going to have to do some reviving then. I need the Ceruledge ready for this battle. I really thought that I could have done something more powerful then. So that's the other thing that's a bit broken with these, is you can't beat these Titan ones as such in a more natural battle. So yeah, that is a bit frustrating. I kind of just want to make sure that we are maxed on the Ceruledge. I think that's probably the best thing for us. Okay, so it's going to try and confuse me, which is fine. We will try some taunting then. Because that was always going to one-shot this, so it wasn't there to really do anything other than die. Sadly. Right, now we can go back to you. So we're going to just use Bitter Blade, because I think it's going to attack me, not do much damage, and I can just keep going. No, we'll be fine. This thing has nothing good against me. Or it does this. I think my last Pokemon the other stream helped me with was whichever the Shield exclusive. Oh yeah, those two are especially annoying. In actual fact, I didn't even realise they were in the base game, to be honest. Now that we've got Bitter Blade, I'm more comfortable. That's why I brought this thing back to life. Because every time I hit it, I get to heal. And it's not a Nuzlocke, so I'm not worried. But these are very difficult on a Nuzlocke. Especially if you're doing proper level caps. Like I always say, the first time I played this game, I thought these were all steel types. I didn't realise they were just naturally the type of the boss. So that's my fault. But I know I haven't. Actually, I've wiped to the poison one before in a Nuzlocke, and I'm pretty sure I've wiped to the fire one. But I'm usually well equipped for the later game ones, which is why I always say the Team Star stuff is actually difficult if you don't get the right encounters early on, because you're always gonna struggle against the Starmobile. But you have to also remember, this isn't designed to be any form of a Nuzlocke. It is purely to get through the game so we can finish the story and call ourselves Cody Rhodes. I mean, get Area Zero unlocked. That's the goal. To get Area 0 unlocked. We did set like this sort of side challenge of building a living dex. So, yeah, as we said, we're going to do a union circle one day with 4 people. So 1, we can work on the barbecue stuff, and 2, I can go and do the Area 0 stuff myself, which is something that we can work on. I do technically have a save, but I haven't transferred it back to the Switch 1 yet. That I could use for Scarlet, but I don't really want to. But I can only use that for the base game, so I don't have the DLC for Scarlet. See, Ceruledge wins over. The next one I will admit will be a harder fight. So I may go for the Dondozo first. And that gives me an hour, I think, to run around Kitakami. We might do Kitakami next, you know. I am a bit worried about the levels we're at. Yeah, we'll look at it. We'll probably just give ourselves the endless items or the Elite Four, because again, I don't really care how easy or difficult that battle is. I'm not doing it for a challenge, I'm doing it to get to Area 0. But I want to do the Kitakami decks because they'll be lower level, pretty much. And that is the only reason why I want to do it early. Okay, so now we've finished this. All of the skip the cutscenes are on. Because clearly we're skipping all the cutscenes here. And then we will, and then because we're going to run around the map, we could get some shiny encounters. That's the main thinking behind it all. Even if I get myself 2 of everything. Nice. So now I think you technically have unlocked the Pokeball Lottery, which is everybody's favourite part of that machine. Because especially when there is a way to manipulate it, but I'm not going to go through it. It's very complicated, but there are videos. So you get the exact specialist balls out of the machine, but it's all about clicking buttons at the exact second with a set time on your Switch. It's a bit a manipulation technique. There's one for the 4 biomes, which is 3,000 each, but only 1 for each biome. No, it's literally the Chargestone Cavern and Torchlit thing don't count into it. They sort of cross over the paths. Well, especially Chargestone Tavern doesn't. $12,000 BP target for you now. That's the frustrating thing. As I tried doing it on a Nuzlocke, and it took me about 4 hours just to unlock 1, because a lot of it is really mundane tasks. Which is why I want to try and do a Union Circle day, which could be. So next time I want to finish the story, Area 0 and all. Then we can go to Blueberry, and then we could put the barbecue one on next Tuesday. It kind of depends what you want to hunt. I think it's the best way to put it. There's 2 ways. One of them is just don't look at the total and see how many you've done. But if you want to, I know you're trying to shiny hunt everything for a shiny dex rather than just tick off the boxes as such. So you'll want to do a bit more of the slower method. Right, we'll go and do this Dondozo. This would be relatively easy with my team. We will heal though, because I don't remember if they did heal me. And yeah, we can put our grass types in here, not a problem. We have Flower Trick, which we said was always going to crit. So let's go. See, there we go to the lake. That's okay, that was a cliff. We'll go to the lake in a minute this night. Pokedex. Yeah, so the snow is really difficult to see. Well, there's another event spawn if you are after your TCG stuff. Look at that. Perfect. Sniped straight onto it. And we do have to also do the Gimmighoul stuff. Level 50. Wow. And it survived. Didn't expect that. Ooh, are you going to try and get all the colours of the Minior or just one and that be done? I would suggest maybe saving Minior till you have an outbreak though. So the thing with the Minior outbreaks is the outbreak will only be that colour. If that makes sense. So if you are after, like if you see a yellow Minior outbreak, you'll only find the yellow ones there. Or so on. Nice, nice. And it shouldn't be too bad. It's a bit frustrating to knock them out, but shouldn't be too bad. Do we get a red Gyarados? Do we? Do we? No? Okay. Well, we're going the wrong way to start with. What about a big Dondozo? Dratini? I would not know what a Dratini looks like shiny, I'm not going to lie. I've stared at it for ages online and couldn't tell you what it looks like. I'm definitely going the wrong way. That's what's this? A Porygon outbreak. Okay. We're not going to consider any of the outbreak Pokemon. Like the specialist event ones. We'll do the natural outbreaks. Yeah, for a colourblind person, that's one that's a perfect example that doesn't work well, Dratini, with lighting. For me, and the fact that they just dive. So every time you think you've got it, they disappear before you can look properly. Oh no, there's a Veluza. I gotta run. For some reason I thought that was a Vanillite. I don't know why. It looked like a vanilla. Because they had the Dratini event on, didn't they? About a year ago, probably. Maybe longer. And it took me ages. I never even found one in the end. I just kept going round and round, and I just sort of gave up in the end. Like, the rest of the dragons were nice to go for, like the Bagons. Yeah, I think a few of them are going to look a lot more... they look, especially wherever you're doing them as well. Like, if you're in Charge Zone Tavern, it's horrendous to hunt in there. I will definitely say that. Definitely somewhere I don't like shiny hunting. Even with the update, it still has the lighting problem where when the outdoors changes, the Pokemon inside just become glitchy colours, and I don't know why. I don't know if it's because I haven't put the settings on the Switch correctly or what, but I was hunting Electabuzzers in there, and one minute they're all yellow and the next minute they're all orange or orangey. So I just don't really know what was going on there. It's funny that you can actually keep up with this now. It used to lag so much that you couldn't even like follow it. Just ride it there. No Dondozos then. Vaporeon is another one that's always been a nightmare for me. But anyway, let's go to where we're meant to go. The Tatsugiris are nice to shiny hunt though, because the three different ones are... One of them is similar to the rest, but one is like a bright white colour. I think one is like a purpley, and the other one's like a greeny or like the reverse of this one. I think. I've done them all, but I can't remember exactly. I think we got them all in one sandwich as part of our challenge. Or there was an event on and we did it that way. Maybe that's what it was, the event. But as I say, it is very strange playing the game with a laptop that cannot give you the best picture. Like, thank you for the lurk, and hopefully we can get some shinies, and you enjoy what you're up to. I'm not sure, but you get on and be happy with what you're on. And now, where is it on the map about, just out of interest? Because I know for a fact some of the places are very frustrating. Because if it's over Chargestone Cavern, it may consider it to actually be inside Chargestone Cavern, if that makes sense. Water Pulse, do it on the Greedent. Yeah, because the Greedent's useless. Tail Whip. Boom. Ah, that's probably why it's annoying. I always find the border ones are a bit iffy. I would also... Did it actually say you're at them in your outbreak on screen, just out of interest? I know you look on the map that you're at it, but did it actually tell you you're at the outbreak? Okay. So I've done it myself and gone to where exactly it is on the map, and it's actually underground. that was what I was thinking, because I know the minior ones can be in Chargestone Cavern.
This drink, I like it.
Thank you for the hydrate, Robert. Oh, Snubble's a nice easy one to see at least. That's a good one. Why did it show the animation of Icy Wind on me when it missed? Go Greedent, be helpful. That's quick attack, not flower trick. That's why I didn't do much damage. That would explain a lot. I was thinking I was already on the same buttons. Oh, that hurt. That hurt. What were you doing to me, you false dragon? We have an imposter on the field. But that's why we have two grass types for this battle. Don't ask me why. I just haven't been bothered to swap out because it's very powerful Masquerado. It's done what I need it to do. Weaken it right down. And then we can just use Braylon, I guess. So yeah, we're going to go get a ton of quick balls. We're not going to try and catch any shinies in quick balls, but we'll keep the team together. Wow, that is hitting very hard. Why is it attacking only me? And like letting the Greedent do all the rest of the work. And now that when we've unlocked the bottle caps, we're going to go and max out Breloom and Gold Duck's stats pretty much. So they'll be tanks more than anything else. Because like Golduck is just there to stop explosions. And it can also make grass types water type, which is kind of helpful if we want to do the spore tactic. But it can be used on like fire types too. So we can have a little boost here and there. I don't think this is a very good team for the Elite Four, but we should really look to get something that's better against flying types and ground. Well, ground is fine actually, we got lots of water and grass. The flying type one, I need something icy, so I need to put Ice Spinner on. Probably the Quaquaval. It's probably my best bet. The steel one I can just use Ceruledge. Who's the other one? And Larry is Dragon. No, we got Dragon and Flying, that's what it is. So yeah, actually this team is not as bad as I thought it was. Just need to make sure I've got a couple of ice moves. We got Ice Spinner, so that can help a lot. And we finished the sandwich bit, so yeah. Num num num. we learn more about how Mabostiv is now fully recovered. So yeah, it is ready to be part of the story again. And instead of letting it have a nice peaceful retirement, he decides to use it in battle against me. Because story. I don't think I can beat the fighting gym team star yet with this team, but we could try it, I guess. We could. I think Sarudaj could do most of the work. Do we go and do it? Yeah, we'll give it a go. If we lose, we lose. Like, I don't think you lose too much money. We might buy the quick balls first, actually, just to fill out the dexes. So if we do die, at least we've used up all our money. And then we also technically do a bit of shiny hunting, because we'll be running around with our 30 to 40 spawns, which is much nicer. And much more needed at this stage of the game. But I'm really happy that I switched the cutscenes off here and didn't see a single one and didn't need to go through the story for about the 9th time that I don't need to do. Because, yeah, the option to switch the cutscenes off has really helped speed this game up a lot. And, yeah, we don't see anything that we didn't need to see. But that's me. I thought I missed a few things, but no. Not like Sword and Shield, where you literally missed all of the crap that goes on with Rose and Co and whatever he does. Right, let's go. Okay, you're still talking to your dog. I know it's a nice dog. It's a nice friendly fella, and we all love the dogs. But I don't care. Because I'm going to have to fight it later. So... which is fine. You wanted this. You brought this on. If it dies, it's your fault. Not mine. Come on, finish your story. It's me that's meant to be finishing the story, not you. Right, finish the story. Now, that looked... is that just a normal dreadnought? Yes, it is. It does stick out dreadnought. I don't know why I had to double check that. Let's at least unlock here. And probably there. Probably best to go here to do this, because somebody's been lazy and not travelled around the map yet. Heal everybody. As I say, I think Sarudaj can probably do this gym on its own. Because it can just start using Bitter Blade on everything. If it had a good setup move, it would be even better. I know I don't want... Quick Travel, I think, can also learn acrobatics, which could be helpful in a clutch moment. Yes. So we're going to do this for low sweep. There's not much help in this battle. Yeah, so that'll be my team. They're a little bit under leveled already, aren't they? Oh yeah, quick balls. We said we were going to buy quick balls. Right. Well, it is very late you get these. Do we want 100? Probably, actually. We'll go to 70. So we're going to use all the LP. I don't plan on using it, so I don't care. It seems to make much sense to me, but whatever. No, we're going to use luxury balls for our shinies anyway. So yeah, that's the plan. Let's at least unlock it. I'm also one of these very few people that never actually likes the super duper fast travelling around this map. I get a bit paranoid that I'm going to miss stuff. So I always take my time when I travel around. Probably why I don't see as many shinies as other people. But that's just my methods. As we've said, it's a single player game. You can play it however you want to. I play it slow. Other people speedrun it and miss shinies and then get upset. I don't like to put that on myself. I like to make sure I can see everything at my speed, because we are slower than the younger gamers. Right, climb. There is an event Ekins in the chat if anybody wants it. I think Dragon's going to miss it again. Elephants. Ooh, Aura Spear, that was a nice one to get. Didn't even know that was there. Yes, there is an event spawn if you're interested, Dragon. But it may have gone by now. Right, we have lots of skidoos. Let's go climbing some more. Oh no! The wrong buttons. Robin's back with the hydrating.
I know, it's great, right?
Another!
Just about snagged it, I think. I'm going to actually go down through here. You did catch it, that's good. Because I want to see what this looks like. It's an area that tends to be famous for being a bit laggy. So I thought, why not give it a go? Okay, that wasn't what I wanted to do, but a fungus. Phalanx, you will be mine one day, shiny. It's been one of the biggest hunts we've ever done, and we've never managed to find it. Well, I lie. I found it in Go. Of course I found it in Go. It's one of the very few shinies I've got in that game. But whatever. It was something we caught. Hex could be good actually, but maybe not. Well, let's actually save the fast travel point. We should probably buy some revives, you know, just in case we need some. Could be an idea, I guess. Can we buy max revives now that we've technically finished the game? No. We have 8 revives, actually, we're fine. Right, let's go and do this. And then we have finished the stories, as they would say. Of course, I get the alert miles away from the doorway. Now, I've got to be careful if we go back to the main area, though, because it'll probably trigger his fight, which I don't want to do. Let's remember this. We don't want to do too much too early, otherwise we'll be caught in the middle of everything. I've forgotten what this guy, the trainer, uses, to be honest. Of all of the battles, it's this one I can't remember. I know the boss is Krogonk, Lucario, Persimmon. I think there's another pretty useless one, to be honest. And obviously the car is the main boss that's difficult to beat. But yeah, because I know I always like to cheese the Krogonk, because again, Bronzor is my favourite thing to use in this battle. Can't really get hit too hard, bulk up its defence. It'll want to use Sucker Punch a lot, can't poison you, so it's only got like one fighting move that can do a bit of damage, but not too much. Yeah, so that's what I like to do, get the bronze on prepared. We don't have it this time, we're trying a few different things out. It's a bit different for us though, we've never used the Cerulege or Armarouge. They're two Pokemon we completely ignored on our first playthrough. Probably because the game ignores them, strangely enough. It is very strange that not a single one of the boss trainers has one. It kind of feels a bit obsolete, like Clive even has a whole storyline about a Charcadet being a friend with him. So I don't get why he doesn't have an evolution for it. And it would have been interesting, you could have had one on Violet, one on Scarlet. Because the Orangaroo is really annoying at the start, if I were being honest. Which really is annoying. Well, he only has a Krogunk. Okay. Could have used something else. I don't get how they didn't bring the explorers in as the bad guys. As in, is that from the anime, I'm guessing. Oh look, Phalanx has come to join the fight. Okay, I didn't know enough about that side of the story, so I can't really say how good or bad it would be. But I guess it is kind of important to include the characters from the anime a bit more. But I guess if you look back to Red Blue, you didn't really have Jesse and James, and they were quite important parts of the anime. So maybe they didn't work together for their outcome. I think we'll be fine. And he may have an Annihilate, you know, but I don't think he does. I just like using this move, to be honest, because it just constantly heals me. Okay, that's done a lot more damage than I wanted it to. I also didn't think it would be faster damage. Now, I'm probably going to die now, aren't I? I guess I just think Cerulege is really fast, but it's not. We'll go to Quaquaffle, just so we don't lose someone's full health. Outrage. Don't have a fairy type, do I? Sadly. And then we do this. It's faster than a Quaquaffle. Well, it's deader than a Quaquaffle now. That's not good. But we can go and use the machine inside first thing and then start doing the battling through the process of this. Wants to learn Feather Dance. Not right now, my friend. Not right now. They are trying to get a place called somewhere in which the reference comes from, and yes, they catch Pokemon as a story legend from Paldea, and had in order to find the place the bad guys are, they're trying to steal Terraphagos. Fair enough. As I said, it, I think most of it is probably down to the fact that they didn't know they were working hand in hand. You could almost argue that there isn't really a baddie in the Galar series from what I've seen. It's just Team Rocket still. And they're not even mentioned in the game, I don't think. But I could be wrong. Let's just top up this water, because somebody's drank too much already. Right. Worry about that later. Considering it's only been 2 hours, that's usually not that much drank that quickly. Right, where is the healing center? Okay, they've healed them already. That's okay then. Go. I think we can just beat most of this. I don't think we're weak to anything. Maybe if there's a flying type, we'll struggle. Now this one will be fine with a fire type. Team Rocket was not as prominent as in first gens. Yeah, it's one of those where it sometimes feels that they've wanted to keep things separate, and other times they haven't. And I think Team Rocket's like a perfect example of the one they did want to keep separate. Oh, you can handle that. Lucha. But then you kind of have to do something different in the story. Otherwise, in game-wise rather than just television-wise. Otherwise people will be just playing the same game or something and they might not feel as happy with it. Because imagine if they just made Team Rocket the baddie in every single game. People will be like, well, that's not very original. And we are going to do the old Healy Hill. You're going to take this thing on, that'll be easy for you. Right. You can get big ones on these. They're going to hit hard, but they're not going to be a problem. You can deal with that. You can deal with that. You can handle that pretty easily. You're fighting type, so you should be good against the ice. Same here. I think I'd rather you deal with that. And you deal with that. And I think that's it, right? Yes, done. Because I was trying to work through the animes in order, I'm still stuck in Journeys. I haven't watched it in a couple of months. When I finish Journeys, then I would go and do the Paldea ones. That's more why I haven't really ever caught up with what's happening in this series. It's difficult to know when, like, where I had been binging it. It's kind of something I'd rather just binge and watch one a week. So I don't know if the season's even finished yet, or finished showing on the BBC, or I think that's where it is. It's all on the BBC. Because every time I go on there, like when I was trying to do Diamond and Black and White, they said it would only be on there for like 2 months, and then I got to near the end of the 2 months and they go, it's here for another 6 months or another year. So they renewed all their licenses. Right, so I do think this is probably the best thing to do. Okay, I knew, because it's going to hit me, but then I heal. Okay, I didn't know, because like the series are generally broken up, aren't they, into 3 series, if that makes sense. I did think this would hit a bit harder, I'm not gonna lie. You know what, we might actually swap here for you, because I think I want that fire move for the Lucario more than anything else. Even if I Terra into fire, it'll be better. Because this, oh yeah, it'll want to do this, and I can use this move. Yes, it'll hit me, but not as hard. It will have used a few more, and it will die. I know Confusion is not the strongest psychic move, but we could whittle our way through this thing. Passimian, yeah, we'll stick with this. We'll stick with Confusion. Oh, we're faster than this one. Okay, it's doing Chippy. That's gonna hurt. But that's fine, because it is now weaker defensively. Right. Can I check your speed, actually? You're 113. So I think we could actually be faster, so we might go back into you and actually Terra you into fire now. I know it's not the strongest move, but it can heal me up and it takes away my dark weaknesses, which is going to be my problem against Lucario. And this should then make Bitter Blade hit a lot harder, which is kind of important. And it's weakened its own defences with close combat, so I thought that might finish it off, I'm not going to lie. But yeah, whatever. We're nearly full health again. Rock Tome. Oh, I wasn't expecting that move. And it's going to slow me down, isn't it? I've wasted my terror in this fight. Oh yeah, and it can use close combat on me. I forgot that was a thing too. You have another event Pokemon if you want to catch it. Bing. You know what I should have done is kept a better move on Quaquaval. Because I can now use Aqua Step to get fully faster than everything we're going to deal with. Not a problem. But I probably wanted to do a workup. Or two, just to make me extra powerful. Annihilate? I'm not too worried about that, to be honest. I think it may try to use a few Rage Fists on me, so let's go for this. Workup. That makes my defense better as well, doesn't it? So, I think. Oh no, it's just the attack. It's Bulk Up that does the other one, isn't it? That's fine. Because now it's weak. I'm definitely faster. I can use this. So this is mainly for the boss, I think. So now the Lucario is more challenging, to be honest. But I don't think it can do too much to me. Right, I think I'm just going to go for Aqua Step. Again. Okay, that was big hit. It was a one-shot, that's good. And you caught the Farfetch'd. The Varoom, the last thing we need to fight. I can't remember if it was where you raided or where someone else raided. But they had it on the screen when the PCG spawned, what it was and everything. Was it one of the people you took us to? Or was it somebody else? I think it was Draco somebody. It may have been Robin, but I can't actually remember. Right. I think I'm going to sacrifice Zarok. So I can just put some revives on. Basically Quaquaval, because of the speed. And just sort of... like, I knew I was going to get one shot, so I'm not too worried. Okay, he's doing... I think he was doing Radical Red. But it may have been... I think it might have been Robin. It is hard to keep up with everybody, as I say, because I go into so many streams and so many people take you to other people, and it's like, who is this and where are we going? Flower Drink. Okay, that was a good crit, wasn't it? And it's getting stronger, so I need something special attacking. That's not good. What's that do? Make it faster? And its attack go up. Lovely. I think we don't beat this thing now. I am scared. Because I need to do a big hit with this. Well, actually... so the thing is, you can't do anything with the Breloom. It's really annoying. We're going to throw out a Giga Drain, so we're going to get hit first. Oh no, it's hitting me first. Okay, I could have revived some stuff. Of course I could have. I think we win just by doing enough damage to whittle it down. The special attacks are going to be important, I think. Very strange that it's gone so aggressive to be so strong. To be honest, Because I'm making it very defensively. Good. Another shift gear. What is it doing? What is wrong with it? He's throwing, I think, here. Okay, now it's going to knock me out. I don't stand a chance now. I think I've lost. Because the only thing I have is this. And I wanted to use acrobatics, but there's no way I'm faster. Let's just get some stuff revived. So we're going to have to just spam revives, I think. The thing I really need to actually revive is Ceruledge, Edge, so I can use Clear Smog. If I'm honest. Because then if I can use Clear Smog, I can reset all of those stats. But I don't know whether it can hit me or not. You can't even PP stall this thing, because... okay, that's not good. That was what I didn't want to see. A move like that. Okay. Do I need to use the Clear Smog? It's all or nothing, really. Clear Smog. Okay, and it hit. So we lost to the Starmobile. I have a better idea next time. I don't know what happens when you lose to one of these. Never mind. I have an idea what we should do. Do I have to do the whole thing again? That'll be the better question. Nope, change moves. Nope, moves. I want to have bulk up. I don't have bulk up, which is probably why that didn't work. Can you learn it? It's a TM. No, you can't. Right. And the rest are pretty useless for this battle. Okay. Let's just go and do what we were going to do then as the other backup. We were going to go to Kitakami and work on the decks. We might as well fill this right up and then work on it. We'll put the box in... first thing, we'll put Breloom at the top. We'll put the box in Kitakami. So at least everything's in the right area. We haven't caught a single thing yet, which is good. And we're just going to start quick balling all the low level stuff that we find around here. And if we find a shiny, we find a shiny. Pretty much. Where are the quick balls? There they are. We only have 70, so we do have to be a bit careful. Thank you for the lurk. You're at 1,300, then that's in this game, isn't it? Right, so Wooper is done. Wooper is number 5. We'll worry about the numbers a bit later. Okay, we got the back strike on the Yanma. Yeah, so for outbreak of... Okay, that makes sense. I always forget these. Like, personally, I don't read too much into the odds once you've done a few of the details, because you kind of get a bit obsessed with whether you have or haven't hit odds, and some people can get a bit worked up if they don't hit things. And I don't personally think it makes too much difference. We have the Spinarak. I think this is number 1. Right, so that is this area done. I know I can catch an Ariados somewhere else, so we'll worry about that. Mightyena is actually in the corner. We might go and catch that and the Poochyena. Yeah, so Spinarak is number 1. Randomly. Because why not? Right, what else is here? We want the Poochia. There's a Swaddle. We need the Swaddle line. I'm pretty sure there's a Wild Leaf Banny on the map, so I don't need to worry too much about that. But if we just blitz this catching, which we are right now, we're getting quite a lot done. We'll worry about the Pokedex order in a moment. Part of me was going to try and catch them in order, but it's not a problem doing it this way. You're just a Poochyena, and we don't want... We can catch a Quagsire, so we'll leave this. Not a problem, it's only level 9. Not worth it. If we can catch the evolution, we'll try for the evolutions a bit further around the map. A bit like this, a bit higher level, of course, but... what level is it, actually? Level 18. We should be okay with a quick ball. It's not taking the whole day. And, like, the other way of looking at it is, it's still better than you could ever make it on the older games. That's the way I look at it most of the time. If we think about it that way, then we kind of are doing the right thing doing it this way. So that's like that's why I've said before that I found that there's quite a divide with shiny hunters, and I've watched the videos about how some people look down on other people that shiny hunt because they're doing it on the newer odds compared to the people that are used to doing it with the big crazy odds. And it's like, well, what's the point? You're playing a single player game. You're enjoying it your own way. Let them enjoy it. Doesn't really matter. But then some people want to get it done as quick as possible, and it's like, well, once it's done, what are you going to do? Are you going to do it again, or do you just put the game away till the next game comes out? And that's the challenge with this sort of thing. Just because you've completed it doesn't mean it's the end. Yeah, and that's the thing. Again, the full odds ones are crazier. Let's not be... But that's how it's starting. Like the 1 in 8,000 on gold, silver, crystal, etc. Ever since we saw that first special Gyarados, shall we call it, that's where people have been come off. I'm in one of these horrible bits where I'm stuck between everything. Right, let's jump out of this. Right, now we've done this area, I think. I think we've got one of everything. Does it tell me? No, it doesn't. I remember. Right. See, this is the problem. I wish you could place things in the decks in the correct order that you would like them, instead of them just going in a random box. If that makes sense. Now, where is the Crawdons? They usually hit. There you are. Fine, I'll go and get this one instead. It's being less awkward. Yeah, if I was counting, I'd probably say those odds for hopping. Yeah, then sometimes you will have some that are really early, some will be really late. You will remember the late ones. Let's put it that way. And that's kind of why you can't always take odds so seriously. I think it's probably the best way. A sort option or automatic, depending on the dexes. What I mean is when you when you go to that bit where it says, do you want to put it in the box? Like here, it doesn't tell me what number Wooper is or anything. which would be kind of nice because then I could put Wooper in the first slot. And so on and so forth. Like, I think Yama was there. That was 8. I think that just said it was 11, which would be there. But then I can't remember the rest here. But that's kind of what I mean, like being able to just quickly place it where you want it. Because when I catch, I like to put it in dex order because it's a weird obsession of mine, more than anything. So Wooper is 5, Crawfish is 11, you're 13, and you're 16. We said you were 13. No, you were 16, you were 13. Yeah, so when you put them in the box, you can put exactly where you want them. Oh, okay, so telling you which DLC it was part of. Well, yeah, I don't think, like, even these have the dex entry numbers, do they, on anywhere? Either, and they're the main game ones. Right, we'll go this way first, because then we can go up the mountain. But we knew that this was going to be, like, we still got to go and get this egg. I can't remember if they're in the Pokedex, so I'm not too worried about doing that egg at the moment. Well, we got Apom, we'll get an Apom. But it's just because I'm so used to doing the dexes in order. They do if you look at them in the boxes. Okay, well, look then. But that didn't catch it. And I haven't put false swipe on it, great. I thought I had put false swipe, I forgot. I've done everything for this Pokemon, but get it finished. Look at the Yamas staring at us, trying to catch its friend. Well, guess we'll just go Great Balls then. Why is Apom difficult to catch? I swear when we were doing the other stuff, like, everything was really easy to catch. I guess I'm not level 100, and that's what makes it so it's easier. And stupidly, I went and did the Clavel thing before being able to go back in. Oh dear. Why are you being difficult? Like, seriously. Like, there's no reason why this is not an easy catch, right? I'm not imagining things. Like, usually I just run around catching everything. Actually, I've already caught one, so maybe we can try a repeat ball. Like, then we're just wasting the balls, which we don't want to do, really. If they're not going in quick balls, we might just leave them now. Okay, it stayed in this time, didn't it? Of course. So, what number are you? You're 47. Okay. Let's have a look then. Oh yes, so it does. 47. So that'll be 40. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that'll be about right. Yeah, so if I had caught something that's in both, it will do it. We still need a Pachirisu, so let's get one. This one should give me both then dex numbers, I'd imagine, because it's in the base game too. Quick ball. Good. That was a much nicer pocket monster. Right, what number are you? You are 63. Okay. Right next to a Riolu, but I think the Riolu is actually a shiny to be claimed. But instead of me having to come in here every catch to put it in the right place, I wish you could just do it when you go center the box and you can pick where it goes, even if it doesn't show you the numbers. this must be one that's in the shiny giveaway box. Right, what number are you? You are 26. At least when we get the base ones, we can then 29, 28, 27, 26. We know where the evolutions go, because we can just look at what we've already got. I'm worried about the Heracross being difficult, but I'll worry about that later. Okay, so that was pretty easy. So it's going a little bit smoother now. 31, so I don't even need to really remember that. I'll remember that. Let's just do the next one. I was thinking of leaving the Heracross because I think it'll be hard to catch. We'll go Vulpix, another quick ball. Get options of doing sort of win numbers, give extra options. Yeah, that would be nice. I would say the only downside is people will want a good box, if that makes sense. So I don't personally ever like box 1 being used for dexes and stuff, if that makes sense. So if I'm using it as a dex entry, that when you automatically sort it would only go to that one location. If that makes sense. It's one of those where the sort option is, it can work both ways, like where do you want the boxes to start, and it can get confusing for the computer to understand what you want. And we do need the Cricketune, I guess. Why not just catch one? But again, it's all about like how we all play the game slightly differently. Like, I would like a, and then like for example, if you're doing a form dex or a normal dex, it doesn't ever, like, they've never given us a way to do a proper tracker. Like, you could think that the Pokemon Company should be the ones that have a Pokedex tracker out there, not some random people on the internet. I didn't look where this one went, so we're just going to stick it here for now. Where is Cricketune? Oh, it's much further down. It is number 62. I was not expecting that. But that's just me. I think there should be a default tracker designed by the Pokemon Company that people can use, because everybody would use it instead of us having to try all these different third-party options, which again, designed very well, all have their good things, but we know Pokemon Company like to make money. Let's be honest, and it would be an easy way to make money. Let's all be honest. And then people, I guess, would make free ones then, which we've got. But it just feels like the world where everything is now an app somewhere, that it would just be something that was automatic in my head. Like, they've built an app to run around Zelda. So, yeah. What else is that? That's a ferret. What is that glitching away over there? That's a Heracross. That is, what's that? That's a Cricketot. We do want a Cricketot. I suppose it's part of the intrigue of the games for bringing people together, the fans, the making trackers. Yeah, and I guess they did do trackers when you buy the guide. There are trackers. Oh, welcome back, Mr. Belgium. Let me guess, you've got the shiny shaman. Straight into the ads. We want to go one more back. Right, what else is around here? Centrets. C dot, we need a C dot. And what we'll probably do is do one of the outbreaks that we can just level up on to handle the gym too. Because let's be honest, we didn't do very well in that gym. No, don't want to give it a nickname. It is number 54, okay. Right, 54. No, you're staying there. 54 is probably there. That's actually wrong, that's not 50. Well, it is 54, isn't it? Right. Run, run, run. Where else are we going? Oh, welcome back. Properly this time? Yeah, I was just thinking that maybe we could just go and do some of the higher level outbreaks. Maybe that would be smarter. Because we wiped to the fighting star base. Because it kept using shift gear and becoming too powerful for us. But we're just trying to fill out a bit of the Pokedex for Kitakami, which was part of the challenge as well. We went and got some quick balls, so we were just saying how annoying it is that there isn't an easy way to just put them straight in there. If we're honest, but it will hopefully be good, yes. It is. I've already got my tickets for it. So I'm prepared. I'm going at, I think it's 10 o'clock in the morning. $53. Okie dokie. So I'm guessing Weird Air isn't in this. Yes, it isn't in the decks, which is a big thing. I believe it's the 2nd of July. No. Maybe, yeah, the 2nd of July. It's a Wednesday. Pretty sure it's the 2nd. I think we needed a Starly for this Dex. Yeah, 2 weeks, yeah, because next week's the Formula 1 movie, and then Megan 2 on Friday, and then Jurassic World is the next Wednesday, because in the summer the new releases come out on Wednesdays randomly. This is 28, okay. That's not 28, that's 28. Right, now we can go through here and up this way. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it's that about 2 weeks, yeah, because I've got Formula 1 movie next Wednesday, and then because we got 28 years later Thursday, Formula 1 Wednesday, and then Jurassic World the Wednesday after. Well, you didn't get it. You haven't got the shiny yet. Are you feeling alright? I thought you got all of the shinies. Which one will you get first? The Platinum one or the BDSP one? So I'm guessing this is in the shiny vault. So that's why it didn't show up as new. But you are number 20, you tiny little mouse. Which I believe is there. 21, 22, 23. No, it should be there. Get a bonsly. Yeah, this is the slow one. I know I could easily just transfer something in from home, but we wanted to do this as part of the challenge, completing the Pokedexes, so that is what we're doing. And we did say this from day one. That was about 83, wasn't it? I think I saw, which is going to be there. I think it's actually 400 in each, so it takes time to get out. Yeah. There's an event Magikarp if you're playing at the TCG. The PCG. Dragon is catching them all. Oh, boy from Belgium wants it too. Who will get it? Will they have a splash off? What's number? U85. Okay. That isn't too hard to remember. That's 2 next to Bonsai. We'll try and catch this Tandemaus quickly while it's there. But this is like the speed round. This is kind of shiny hunting, but not shiny hunting, if that makes sense. Oh no, you escaped. What is wrong with you? You weren't meant to actually escape. I was not expecting that. And I don't really have anything good for catching, is the sad thing about this. Okay, we caught it in a great ball. We don't really have anything other than quick balls, really. So we've got to be a bit more careful. I do really need to get false swipe. Can you just teach false swipe, or is it something that you have to get from Jack first? That is probably a good question to ask. I think that's everything in this area. We're just catching or picking up everything just for extra resources. It should already be a TM. Well, that's good. I didn't know whether it was locked until Jack officially gave it to you. That makes sense. And I can't go to Jack because I've done the Clavel thing by accident or finished. Actually, I haven't finished Team Star yet, have I? Because I died. So I could just go and see Jack. You're 92. Okay. Okay, we'll catch the Growlithe too. And some people can learn it. It's only ready for the Breloom, it's just that it's not something you put on it when you're playing through the game, if that makes sense, because, well, you don't need it. Oh, I'd hope you don't need lessons. I never do the lessons. I just thought Jack gave it to you and then he gave you the shiny charm or something. 78. Yes, we definitely have that many. I know that much. Now, wrong button. Can we go to the box? Right, you are 92, which is a nice easy one because that goes there. You were, I forgot already. I think it was something like 60. We're going to put you there. Probably wrong. I forgot what number you were. Growlithe is 78. That wasn't too bad a guess, I don't think. Right, what was Bonsai? 80. No, that's probably wrong. 78. Actually, that could be there. That would be 81, 82, 83. No. Be there. So that's 80, 81, 82. So it might be right up here. I'll worry about it a bit later. Okay, well, we're okay for now, aren't we? Like, we've got a good enough, just quick ball team, shall we say? We can get all the confirmation stuff a little bit later. We want to get a Dunsparce. It's on the right spot now, yeah. Okay. It was just trying to guess the numbers. Okay, so... Oh, I don't think I've even done the lessons in my first save. I just could not be bothered. I think the only time I've ever done the lessons is to get the Berserker, isn't it? Or you get a Galarian... what was it? You get a Galarian Meowth for doing it. Like the French lessons, I think, or one of the foreign language lessons. Pretty sure that's how it worked. We were just saying, Boyfriend Bertram, we wish you could just put the Pokemon in the box where you wanted them to go. Instead of you sort of having to do what we're doing now, one at a time, catch, put it in the right place, and then remember it and everything like that. So that was 88. Because at the end of the day, I can just go and evolve everything. It's not too difficult. Like, yes, this is meant to be a living dex. But, yeah, we'll do it our way, our speed. I never did any apart from biology. I get it, though. I think a lot of them are very boring. To be honest, I don't really see the point in them. Unless I only did it for... It may even be for the Alola Meowth, to be honest, but I'm pretty sure it's the Galarian one. That is 80. So that's not too bad. We can work that one out in a minute. Right. That's what I was looking for, you. The thing I walked straight into. At least it wasn't a shiny one that I walked straight into and completely missed right in front of me. So what are you, Salandit? What number? Okay. You're 168. Okay. Like, this will be something we're doing sort of slowly anyway. What is... Oh, that's the draw. 168 we said, so that would make it probably about there, and this was 80, and it was there. If they're wrong, we can move things pretty easily. I don't think that Geodude's doing too well under the water there, though. There is a Magikarp and an Arascuda to catch. We'll get in the water for it. Like, when it comes to the evolutions, we'll do it again. We can do like an evolution episode if need be. I do need to get some levels, which was the problem. 43 for the Magikarp. Right, so what I might actually go and do is go and see Jacques. What's worse than Ponyta running into the water? Yes. There's a few that just do weird things, isn't there? I forgot what number that was, so I'm gonna guess there. Actually, I'm gonna go back into the main story, go and get what we were gonna get. Go and get Full Swipe before I finish the story. As we said, like, we did mess up. If we had done the clever one, I don't know if I could have gone in here to get it. But Jack is the biology teacher, right? Biology. I think he's in here, right? He stood in the corner. Give me Full Swipe, please. Because if we go and do an outbreak, if we run into a shiny. At least we've got a false swiper ready to use. How well have we done on this? Oh, it's only showing the 30, not the full total. Okay. There we go. I've forgotten. I did unlock something for the Magikarp as well. We have full swipe. No. Oh, have we hit 100? Shall we ask if we've hit 100? Why not? Do we have 100? No, we don't. Back. Right, where are you? Where are you? Cool. Oh, I could use Armor Rouge, but no, it's not a good idea. We'll get rid of Leech Seed just for now, and we'll move the moves around. We actually got 3, right. So we have 92. So we get some nest balls. But there's a lot that we could evolve, and like, yeah, there's a lot we could do pretty quickly. Let's be honest. We've just been a little bit lax. Like the Porygons might be quite good to go and battle, and maybe catch one. I'm 10 behind in terms of what the dex is, but you've only been shiny hunting, haven't you? Which is the big difference. Like, we could just beat up these Golducks. That shouldn't be too hard with our grass types, or even Breloom doing most of the work. Okay. Are you going to go and do the Ruins ones anytime soon, or not? Because they will be another challenge, but they're obviously shiny look, so I don't know if you were just going to tick them off the boxes. Like the ones in those, the caves as such, that you've got to go and get those sparkly swords for. That makes sense. What else is there? Okay, a lot of them is like exploring the map and finding them, and then if you're bored you can go and get the guide to show you where they are. But I know that you're trying to do a lot more without guides. I know Golduck is not the most interesting Pokemon, but it is here for a reason. It's easy to beat. That's why I went with it. Yeah, I get that. Like, it's more frustrating when you get further into the game because you want to just get it done. Does that make sense? For some reason I've called a Golduck. Well, the basic idea is that there's, I think, 8 in each zone. And then you've got the cave to go to. But I think if you do history, you can unlock them as fast travel points. I think that's how it works. This took a lot longer than I thought it would, I'm not gonna lie. I don't think this is the best one to do, to be honest. Is there a Blissey down here that I can accidentally run into? Right, let's do this. I can do a picnic. I'm just going to put a normal sandwich on. Yeah, you'll probably find most of them. The bit that will be annoying for you is if there's one left to do, and you've then probably either got to go through a guide to do it. Or encounter power normal. That's good enough for me. I'm only doing this purely for Blissies. Don't worry, it's just so I can level up very quickly. We did this in the type lock, so we know it's pretty effective. So yeah, that's kind of all it's for. To save myself a bit of time and sanity. Then you never know, we might get a shiny Blissey or a Chansey. I haven't put any sparkling level on, so there is that. What does that mean then? A lit encounter, okay. Right, we'll put this away. We probably don't have the best team for this, to be honest, but we will probably put you at the top. Then you... Right, Blissies. Blissies, where are you? There's so many spawns down here normally. Or a Chansey. Oh, no, not a Hoppip. We don't want a Hoppip. That's just going to be a pain. It's only level 1 sandwich, so let's be honest, I don't expect... Oh, where did those little buggers come from? Yeah, it's only a level 1 sandwich, so it's pretty much just to get some Blissies to level up very quickly. There is no other reason for it. Because Blissies give you a lot of experience. As long as you can hit them physically, you're fine. So if you ever get to a Nuzlocke, just put a normal encounter sandwich on, and you can grind these levels up really easy. No herba required. If you want to get rid of every spawn, you would put a level 3 encounter on, but level 1 has already shown just how many Blissies you can see. I might not even use all of it. Right, that's 2. And this is mainly so next time we come on I can just go and beat that fire base very quickly. Not deal with any of the shenanigans we had. And if we find a shiny, we find a shiny. My goal is not to use sparkling like free sandwiches if I don't have to. Again, the only herba I will be able to obtain is if I do raids with chat or on my own, again on stream only. And then the thing is, it offers everyone a chance to do the raids. So for example, I've got 3 raids with potential herba, you've got 3 raids, and if there's 4 of us, suddenly we have 12 really good ones we could go and do. So yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing it this way. I forgot why this is getting XP faster, because it was traded to me, wasn't it? This came from Liam, the housewort. That's why. It's getting XP much quicker than everything else. I kind of forgot that was a thing. He sent me the other 2 starters, so that we could get a living dex / breed for the rest. Which was nice, very nice. Which is kind of what we would like. It's a bit like how we've got the ditto in English that I can trade with Neil, who's got a German language ditto. Because it will help both of us, because then he'll get an English ditto and I get a German one. But Blissies, Blissies, Blissies. Where are you, Blissies? Nope, nope. Oh, okay, we'll be a Chansey. I'll probably be able to beat Chansey with a bite, won't I? Let's be honest. Yeah, it's not too difficult to get them. As I say, I've got some already in home, but again, it would be quite nice to catch. I might even see whether he can catch one, because then the dates will be said caught. That makes sense during the challenge as well, so after the Switch 2's release. Because at the moment, that's kind of what I want to keep it as. But then I might also be doing, like, one of the redemptions is do a surprise trade. People could troll me with terrible ones and they could help fill the decks out. You never know. Let's try a bite on this, you know. I know it's got no physical defense. Okay, it doesn't quite do it. But it's more that the English one would be helpful for him too. I wonder how Neil is doing. He's having problems. I think he's just setting up today, or doing the final bits. I think he's hoping to be all moved in ready tomorrow, from what I think he said in the Discord. He's just got to do the final bit of cleaning today, or the last little bits. So hopefully the Nuzlocke will begin up. Well, no, we're halfway through it, isn't he? Well, we got a little way through this one, didn't we? It wasn't just a dying against the boss, because he's on about attempt 6 or 7 now, after a few disastrous runs. Leaf Storm, no. Actually, we could have probably used Leaf Storm for a couple of these battles. I think Bite can finish this one off now we've gained some levels. Yes, so now we can use Bite. But I don't really care if this is completely broken levels. Again, I just want to get this done quickly. And as I think we can go through the Team Star bit, then do all the boss battles and Area 0 on Friday, and that will be finished. We'll be 100% done. And we have to make sure we switch the music off before Ed Sheeran stings. I know I caught a shiny Blissey recently, but I can't for the life of me remember what it looks like. Sessions of only 3 spawning then. Yeah, that's the problem with some of the spawns. And I think you said you weren't using sandwiches as well. Like, the snow is quite a bad area to do a lot of the hunting, I've always found. I actually caught one, I think, earlier this week. That's the comedy behind it. I caught it in... no, I was helping Keith with the A to Z one, and I came here and put, on not this save, but my main save, I put a sparkling free normal encounter sandwich, and I was having just like 40 Blissies and chances appearing on screen. And I think they were on B, so I went and got a Blissey. Because I had done a normal sandwich for an Apom. So I just needed to go to something that I could go and catch. The comedy of it is I've actually even caught the Alpha Blissey in Legends Arceus as well. So I should know what it looks like. It's one of these where I've done it, but I still think I'm going to miss it. And that's probably the best way to put it. This will be a good move to teach. Yes, it'll be very good for you. Solar Blade is a bit pointless, to be honest. What, Chansey or Blissey or just general? So I know you're after Snubble. Snubble. And the only reason I caught that, I found that shiny Blissey, is because I was on a Burmy circle. I think I still needed Wormadam at the time as well. That's why I was going up there, because there's a couple of trees for Wormadam. Chansey is one of the more difficult ones in Legends Arceus because they will run. I have never had the Happini, but I've had Chansey and Bliss. Well, obviously the Alpha Blissey was one. But the plan is literally to do a bit of over leveling. Oh no, the Alphas are great because they never run. There is that one alpha Chansey, isn't there, on the coastlands? I always forget it's there. It's one of those bits of the map you never really want to look at because it's just out of the way. But yeah, I've got the Masquerado up to level 70. I've broken it. But this is just shows you how crazy, if you're doing Nuzlocke, this bit of the grind can be, the quickness. This is a level 1 encounter sandwich. So yeah, yes, there's chances in the Obsidian Fowler, true, and pretty sure there is some in the ice area as well, isn't there? I know there's definitely a Blissey spawn. I'm not sure if it's a Chansey spawn too. It's just that there's an actual static in the coastlands, isn't there? It depends. I know people that will literally only hunt the alpha, so they've got like the full map guides and tour set up. So yeah, I think we are a bit over leveled now. So next time we can speedrun the end of the game. I've got better moves. So let's see. Normally if there's an alpha, you'd like to have it pre-evolve formed. Yeah, there's lots to do with the alpha though. I've just never really done pure alpha hunts, if that makes sense. I literally just clicked on and saw somebody got a shiny Ditto. I've got all the tabs open, you see. How much longer is on this sandwich? Because it feels like I might be like level 100 by the end of this. We've only used 10 minutes of this sandwich. Wow. But that's kind of what we mean by just how broken Blissey is for training. You just fly through them. No problems. Oh, that's definitely not close to the baby. And we're going to treat this as like my other save eventually. We'll get too much money, sell everything that we don't need, and just fill up encounter sandwich stuff. Like, I will give myself like 999 of everything. It's kind of what I do in these games. We get too many items, we sell it all, and we get on with it. It did die, yes. I thought it was going to survive that one. Oh, what's this? Another stupid flower. This is why you don't just do level 1 encounters, because you will constantly hit the flowers. If you just want to properly grind, you would put a level 2 or 3 on. Because there's no way a quick attack is going to knock this out. And I'm pretty sure my other move is not that strong either. So I will have to swap it out soon. What is its other move? Well, U-turn might do it. You never know, let's try it. Okay, U-turn is good enough. That's good. I'm even tempted to go and do that star battle before we finish, but no, I shouldn't. I'm going to start it, save it right outside, and that's where we'll go first. And actually, we will save at home, because I don't want to switch the game on when I do my pre-test and see a shiny in front of me, because that will be annoying because I technically can't catch it. And that's not what we want. But we've gone over the 3 hour mark. What's wrong with us today? Are we feeling okay? It's only just gone over the 3 hour mark. But yeah. But tomorrow we'll be on Legends Arceus again. We're going to have to do a lot of running around the map. Because, well, we saw last time we weren't high enough level to actually go and unlock the other parts of the game. So, yeah, we have to do that. There's another event spawn. I'm only going to go for a couple more minutes on this. Like, I think everything is level 60 now. And that's kind of where I wanted to get to. Everything was level 60, it's much nicer. Again, we'll fly through most of the battles now. I don't even know why I've kept one of the Pokemon on my team, if I'm honest. I probably should have got rid of the Zoroark. This one definitely looks lighter for me. There's not. Wait, that survived? I was not expecting it to survive. That's a bulky chap, blessy. Must be an alpha one. That should finish it. Good. Right, so I'm going to go and save at the home area now. Like, everything is in the 60s now. Yes, we still have time on the sandwich, but we don't need to worry. No, because that may start the Arthur fight if I go there. Don't want to start the Arthur fight right now. So yeah, so that is today's session over. We have one more main area to do, one Team Star Boss. And then we can just do all the endgame battles and get through Area 0, which will be on Friday. So, yeah, we've done pretty well. We're back with Legends Arceus tomorrow.